welcome back to the Cozy Corner. Today's video is my own shell challenge. In case you missed it, I did announce a shell challenge last week. You may have already seen the YouTube video or the Twitter post or the Discord post about it. So I've already seen some people been working on it. So if you are one of those people, thank you so much on participating in this challenge already. I really appreciate it. I've seen some tweets over on Twitter and I've tried to retweet them when I've come across them. So thank you guys for participating. And if anyone else follows me on Twitter, make sure you check out those creators as I retweet them and check out their content. I will be touring their builds in February when you'll see the video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button over here though, so you can see that video when it comes out, so you can see the outcomes of everyone's builds and all their amazing creations. I am so excited to see what everyone has done and share it with you all here in a video on YouTube. So this is my own version of the shell challenge, and I did a little bit of a mishmash of themes, in my opinion. It's a little mix. So I imagined that for this house, it was a fairy and a vampire living together. So the decor is very colorful and like fairy core inspired, but there are some like more traditional elements with like the wood, I would say, and there's like a whole library book room in the front of the house. It's actually the first room that we decorate. Once we get inside the build, you'll see it. So yeah, I don't know, I went for a very colorful theme. Now, as for the editing of this video, I will admit I went back and forth on colors and items like 1,000 times, so there are probably a few times in this video where things change color or you're suddenly like, oh, that's different, because I just had to cut out a lot of content to try to make this video a little bit shorter, just because it was getting a little bit lengthy, even sped up. So just forewarning on that. I don't think you'll notice it though, to be honest. I never noticed those kind of edits in watching other people's speed builds, so I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was a super fun theme and build to do. We are building in Forgotten Hollow. I just prefer it to, I can't even remember the name of the world at this moment. The Realm of Magic one? Yeah, it's gone from my brain. Can't even think about it. Doesn't matter though. We did in Forgotten Hollow though. The lighting was quite nice on this lot. Well, it's not like the best, but it's not the worst. Like, seeing the light just hit the front of the house is ideal for me when I'm building, because I like to know what it looks like for the curb appeal. And so you can already see this house is gonna stand out in Forgotten Hollow, which I just think is so funny. Like literally just all the flowers and the bright pastel-y kind of colors, I just think is so funny to have in here. And I think that would be such great gameplay, having like a spellcaster that I've kind of like imagined as a fairy living with a vampire in this house in Forgotten Hollow, and maybe they're like besties, roommates, like it's actually like a good situation for them. But I just think it would be so funny. And like, if you're into like occult gameplay, feel free to download this from the gallery. There are a lot of packs involved in it, and I did not playtest it. So I don't know if it functions. There are functional items and lots of items for gameplay purposes, but I did not like do a walkthrough to make sure your Sims can get to everything. I will say the bathroom's spacious, so I'm sure that's fine. The kitchen is pretty spacious as well. I think there's an open counter for cooking. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, if I'm being completely honest, but it's a pretty big house, so I do apologize for anyone who doesn't, who likes like tiny builds when they build. The shell is a little bit bigger than that, but some people, I purposely actually made this house this size for the shell, because I know when I witness kind of newer builders to The Sims, that they opt for like larger homes and larger spaces. It's not as cramped, everything's really spread apart. And so I figured that if I did it too small, that would be too much of a challenge for maybe some more beginner builders. And so I opted for like this size house because I feel like it's a little bit of a middle ground. It's definitely not a tiny home, it's big. I did 2 really big bedrooms. You could have fit like 4 bedrooms upstairs probably. Or 3 good sized bedrooms really, but I did 2 bedrooms, and one has like an like a extra little walk-in to a witchy spellcasty potion room, so that's basically a 3rd bedroom. It's just not attached to the hallway properly. It's attached to the bedroom instead. You'll see it when we get to the upstairs portion of the build. That room I really like. I will admit it is so cute because I went for like a very like more modern style in that room. Very colorful. I kind of saw it as like a very young adult kind of room, but still with like witchy elements and lots of plants. Very plantful, if you will. But yeah, I don't know. I just really liked how this turned out. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would take to decorate it all. Probably because I was in debug. As you can see right now, I'm in debug. I went into debug a few times, and that just always makes it so much more time consuming. And then I find that when I work with a lot of more pastel-y colors, sometimes that lends to me being indecisive on which items to use, which colors to go with. And I think the mix of trying to still make this feel witchy but also bright and colorful was kind of hard, because a lot of the vampire items, are very dark, which I get it, like that's the theme of the pack, so they're very dark. And then some of the Realm of Magic color swatches, I really like some of them, but others of them I'm like, I don't know if I like this too much. It's okay, but some of them I was like, I don't know about that. I ended up going with a lot of like purples, blues, and pinks. I think that's really like the color scheme of most of this. And these fairy statues really, really like inspired me. I think that's like the main inspiring item for this entire build are those little fairy statues from the vampire pack. Because that's kind of like how I imagine it. I'm not imagining just a regular old witchy spellcaster. I was thinking like a fairy instead. And so those statues I figured were kind of like very themey to that idea. And then in debug, we love the Realm of Magic colorful orbs. They're just so good for making a build so much more magical. So hot tip for everyone, if you're ever trying to do a magical kind of build, go into debug and get your magical orbs from the Realm of Magic pack, because they really, really level it up to that what you're looking for to make it magical. I did cut out the layout design for this, but you'll see it as we go through the build. We're starting off here at the front of the house. We're going to be doing the library book room. Well, actually, this is the front entrance here, but we come back to that later at the before we go upstairs. So in this room, you'll see that I have like a little table. Oh yeah, we used the paranormal pack a lot too. So it was like Realm of Magic, vampires, paranormal, and a lot of cottage living. I used pretty much every pack I own in this build, but I feel like those are the ones that kind of really brought the vibes together, and they work really well as well together. So this is like the library. I figured it was a good place for research, because I know that when you're doing like spellcasty gameplay and vampire kind of gameplay, there's a lot of like research sort of things involved. I haven't really played through them because, I'm a builder. I don't always do the gameplay, but I'm pretty sure that both of the packs are just kind of like, there's like research of vampire is an option, and same with like when you're becoming a spellcaster, there's probably a lot of raiding involved. So I figured, especially because like typically, like, if you're watching like a movie that's like witchy inspired or vampire, it's like an older home. So now, while this house isn't that traditional older home kind of vibe, it is still, but it's also like, clearly these are some young witches and vampires or fairies living in this house, because everything is bright and colorful. Butterflies, pinks, purples, blues. We got fairies and just colors and lights. It's not dark. It's very colorful. I cannot say that enough. I did put quite a few, I hope, skill building items in this. I mean, we have, obviously, computers are important. There's 2 computers, I think. 2 computers in the house. One's in one of the bedrooms upstairs in the vampire room, and then the other one's here on the main floor. I also made it just kind of like a general like sitting room, a really good place to, you know, entertain your guests in a separate space. I don't know, host a little clue mystery night. I don't know, something like that. But this is like that library, and then we also have a separate living space, which is literally right next to it. So lots of living room style places literally right next to each other. So from here you'll go into the living room. Attached to the living room is the dining room, which has a few entrances off of it. Has 2. In this part of the footage there are 3 doorways, but I do end up changing the one doorway that goes towards the hallway on the left side of the house. I delete that one just because the layout, I don't include that footage actually for that hallway space, just because it was, I was being so indecisive that the footage was like, you couldn't comprehend it. It was just so back and forth, and it just was like, could not save that part of the footage. So I just completely edited that part out. It was just too much. So anyways, that doorway is not there anymore, just to reorganize the hallway there. Since it is also like a side entrance out of the house. Now, I don't know if that door actually functions because of the greenhouse thing that's there. If you do intend on playing in this build and that greenhouse is just too much of a hassle, just freaking yeet it, get rid of it, delete it, because I don't know if it will cause a problem. I'm hoping your Sims will just kind of like walk through it. Not that you can really interact with it, but just like walk through it. But yeah, this living room, I put like some potions on the table, lots of plants, since there is like someone who's like a spellcaster, witchy kind of thing, so I wanted to have it like lots of plants. Like, they're not hiding that this is a magical house whatsoever. We're literally in Forgotten Hollow. There's vampires everywhere. So it's no secret here in this household. I mean, maybe if you're oblivious, you wouldn't know, but yeah. I think it looks really cute though. Like, if you are into more like bright colors and more of a modern take on it while still having like existing in a traditional cookie cutter style house, honestly, this build might be for you. Move in now. Just put your deposit in. Just kidding. But you seriously, download it on the gallery if you want. But download the shell and do the shell challenge first, obviously. Take a swing at it. Take a swing. I would love to tour everything, all of your builds, and see what everyone does with it, what themes you go for, what the layout you did. Do you even do a house, or do you do like a what's it called? Community lot. Like, you can do whatever the heck you want with this. It's not themed at all. So you can do whatever you want, and I'm so excited. Like I've already said this, but I've seen some people already say that they've been working on it, and it just makes me so happy. Obviously, hosting any event as a creator, if you're a creator yourself, you'll know like the self-doubt of like, oh, are people going to participate? Is this going to have interest? And even if just one person participates, like, That just makes me so happy. So I appreciate anyone who has participated already, and if you're watching this video, this is your heckin' reminder. Participate. You can download it on the gallery. My gallery ID is cosylee, COSYLEE, no underscore. And the hashtag for the shell is hashtag cozy shell January 2024. I figured that was just easier in case I wanted to use cozy shell again in the future, that it wasn't already taken by myself, because that would be annoying if I used up my own hashtag. So specifying January 2024 makes it very specific. Here's the kitchen. Went for a nice little U shape in here. I think it's a good size. Put a lot of little decorations in the corner there for those cabinets that are like stacked on top of each other. I don't think those would be super functional anyway, so I just threw a bunch of decorations there. I believe it's the counter on the left of the sink. I think that's the one I left completely open. So perfect spot for your Sims to actually like do their mixing and cutting on there. We've got like the oven, the fridge, the sink, and I'm obsessed with this color cabinets, and it matches so perfectly with the Realm of Magic like kitchen oven set. It just looks so good together, and I think that's exactly what I wanted for this house, because I think it really does add to the like witchy vibe. And like, while this house isn't as like fairy core as I originally wanted it to be, I don't even know if it can be categorized as that anyways, but I think this helps bring it a little bit more cottagey vibe to it, a little more traditional vibe. You can tell I like don't know what I'm talking about really, but just I wanted it to be colorful. That was the main thing I wanted it to be like the pinks, the blues, and the purples. Like I really wanted it to be super colorful and not just like a dark, dingy vampire house. I wanted it to be a colorful, youthful, witchy, vampire, fairy, whatever the heck house. And I'm just so happy with it. I think it was really fun. It took me so long though. Oh my goodness, it took me so long, but that's totally fine. But yeah, I know that this video is a reminder for you guys to do the shell challenge, but I will also be posting reminders on Twitter as we get closer to the date, especially when I do my schedule for the week of the last week of January, being like, hey, do it. This is your last week sort of thing. But I'll also be posting it in the Discord, so feel free to join the Discord if you have not already. The link is in the description down below. I don't normally like plug it too much in my YouTube videos, but I think it's a good idea to do it because I'm trying to build a community here as well as on Twitch, and kind of bring us all together as one big cozy corner in the like Discord to kind of combine us together, which is kind of cute. I like that. Our little cozy corner combined. I love it. We've got a lot of different channels in Discord for a variety of different games, not just The Sims. So if you are like someone who plays a lot of different games, we do have some different channels. We've got we've got a Sims channel obviously, and we've got like a Stardew Valley channel, an Animal Crossing channel, Dreamlight Valley, Palia, and we've even got a Fortnite channel. I know people were talking about Lego Fortnite in there this week. So really like great opportunities to kind of like chat about different games, chat about like upcoming updates for games, not Animal Crossing obviously, but like The Sims, like new packs and kits and whatever, and any updates with like Palia or Dreamlight Valley. Always super exciting to chat about those things in the Discord. And of course we've got like general chatting channels too, like, you know, the typical like just a general chatting. We've got like a pets, a pics, a food, plushies, like the merch channel where you can share the merch that you've gotten from my merch, and all sorts of different channels really. So feel free to join. feel free to join, because I will be also posting in like my schedule, but probably a separate post as well in like the announcements channel to remind you of the shell challenge, just to make sure that people have enough time to do it. Like we did have the whole month. It took me probably 5 hours to do it myself, and I did put quite a bit of detail in it, so you don't have to go as detailed as I did. I did put a lot of detail in this build, especially like when I dove into debug. Like that takes a lot of time to go into debug and scroll through it. Sometimes like organizing it by category or packs helps, but sometimes you just want like a variety of different packs involved in that. So it does take a little bit of time though to scroll through all of debug to find the items you want. I did originally have the organized debug, but I actually just like prefer just scrolling, so I got rid of it. I ended up just like not using debug for a long time because I had that mod, so I just got rid of it because I use it more without it. So I'm happy that I'm back in the debug life. So this is the room that I said that I really was happy with, and that like, I mean, I would move into this room. It's so cute. It's so colorful and pink, and we've got the little like bookshelf and the little like it's like top cabinets, but I'm treating it as like a little built-in sort of thing with like the vines hanging. The cute butterfly window is like one of my favorite windows in this game, and opportunities to use it, I'm gonna take it. But yeah, this was like a lot of those like teen inspired items. I think some of them are from high school years. Like that's what I'm saying. Like while this build was for like a vampire and a witch, I made it kind of really modern because I was trying to keep it very bright and colorful. And a lot of the items that are the colors I wanted to use are from more modern packs. Like I really like the Realm of Magic items, but some of them were just like darker swatches than I had wanted. And then obviously the vampires were like way too dark at times. There's one swatch that I used quite a lot of times in this from vampires, and it was like a blue kind of swatch. You will have seen that in like the bathroom. The toilet is like the blue swatch, same with like the bathtub is that blue swatch as well. So I did use that a lot there. And I mean, cottage living, I think, is where those windows are from on the main floor. The blue ones in the kitchen. I could be wrong on that one. There's too many packs, guys. Like, I mean, lots of content, and which is great, but it's hard to keep track of it, to be honest, on what came from what now. Like before, I feel like I knew it super well, but I feel like I've really lost track. I'm like, where did this come from? I don't even know. I'm just vibing and having a good time, really. Yeah. But I really like this build. I think it looks so cute and so colorful. I'm just so happy with it. I love being in Sims era. Libby build 2. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's fine. But yeah, so we're working now on that second bedroom. So this one is the vampire bedroom. The first one was like the one that I imagined, and you saw like the offshoot room with the cauldron. That was like the witchy room. So I figured that was for like the fairy witch, whatever route you wanted to go. I wanted to do a fairy, but we don't really have fairies, so it's really, you would do a spellcaster and just flavor it the way you want to. This one's the vampire room. I almost put a bed in this room, and then I was like, right, duh, I'm doing a vampire, let's put a coffin. Like, how dare I? So I made like a platform for it with like some plants behind it, because you know what, I figured these two Sims that live in here, they probably get along. It's probably not just the witchy Sim that likes plants. It's probably them both, and they're just absolutely vibing together. And then also in this room they have a desk with like a computer for them to do their like vampire research. Maybe they work from home because they, you know, they can't go out, right? Sunlight, you know, not good. So maybe they work from home at their little desk computer thing here, in their room. And they've got little books as well, and some bookshelves with like a few little decorations that are kind of like occulty themed. Also, totally didn't mention this, I totally forgot, but you may have noticed that throughout I did put some cat trees and cat items. Oh shoot, I think I forgot a litter box. That's a problem for you guys, not me. I've already uploaded it to gallery, it's too late. And well, there's a cat tree and some food bowls. You can buy the litter box yourself. It's like when the Sims team forgot to put a bathroom in some builds. Good times, good times. Anyways, so this is that upstairs bedroom, and then I just did a giant shared bathroom. Obviously, like, that could have been a bedroom of its own, just of how big it is. It didn't need to be a giant bathroom, but I just, you know what, I was like, I only wanted 2 Sims. That's how I was imagining it. So just giant bathroom. There's a walk-in shower with some plants in there too, because you know they can get some water from the shower, obviously. And then there's a whole bathtub, and there's the toilet, obviously, and 2 sinks, so that they can both get ready at the same time. I really imagine these, like, maybe not as siblings, because I feel like the story wouldn't really make sense. I mean, you could definitely make it make sense for sure. But like maybe as like roommates, maybe they went to university together and now they moved out into the same house. I don't know, that's kind of just what I was imagining. And I just love the idea of having the spellcaster in Forgotten Hollow. I just think that's so funny. Like, that's not what you would kind of like, I don't know, imagine. Like, Forgotten Hollows for the vampires, so let's throw in a pastel, bright, colorful house with like so many alive plants, just like for the whole town to see. Like, it's just, it sticks out so much, and I just think for storytelling purposes, that would be really fun to have in your game, just because it stands out so much. Like, are the townsfolk gonna be like, who are these people? Do we kick them out? What's the deal? Like, why is this vibe here? Why is this vibe here? You know? But I think it's fun. I really do. And for the bathroom, I just like separated them by those same windows from Realm of Magic, because I wanted to bring in more color to the bathroom, and I figured the stained glass was, first of all, that swatch is like so cute with the pinks, blues. Like, that window is really the inspiration for like the color scheme, I would say, because it has the pink, it has the blue, it has the pink, blue, purple. I was like, what's the last color? So yeah, that's just kind of what I was imagining. And there's also a bathroom downstairs. It wasn't in the footage. It's just a toilet and sink, so that there is like a second bathroom for easy access. But the showers are both like upstairs rather than downstairs. Just FYI on that, since that footage didn't get to stay in. It's a lot of the same items though that was up here. It's just like only 3 tiles, so I didn't include it. It was just a really small. But yeah, so make sure that you participate in the challenge. Find it on my gallery ID. It's cosylee, COSYLEE. Follow me on my socials and all the things. Make sure you subscribe here if you have not already, so you can see more of my content just in general, but as well when I do the tours, especially if you're participating in the tour, like in the challenge, sorry. You'll want to make sure that you're subscribed so you can see the tours when they come out, because I'm so excited to do that. So yeah, do all those things, and join the Discord, like I said before, if you want to. No pressure, of course. I know we're all in so many Discords, but if you are looking for a community that has a lot of different games and vibes going on, but all very cozy, feel free to join the Cozy Corner. We would love to have you. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of this video, and you'll see some screenshots as well. But yeah, well, not enter, just participate, do the shell challenge, build a little bit, have fun, and remember, it's due January 31st. So anyways, I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.